My name is Marvin. I was like, hey, Mr. Sexy Dad had on as if I was Lil Leak, and today I will be doing a movie review, The Little Mermaid live action. I just seen this movie with Haley Bailey being Ariel. She's African American, and yeah, they done race swap these characters. But hey, man, I'm a fair person. I'm about to give it a fair grade and the absolute grade that it deserves. So for you people that do not know, The Little Mermaid is about a 16-year-old mermaid named Ariel. She is rebellious and she's so fascinated with human beings and the way they live life. But her father, King Triton, uh, forbids her to engage or interact, and she cannot go on the surface. She can't go up there. She cannot. She must stay up in the sea. But she is determined to find love, and the person she ends up falling in love with is a surface dweller. So yeah, that is the synopsis of this movie, and I must say that Haley Bailey, she looks innocent. I love her voice. It was a callback to the original animated Little Mermaid. Man, her voice, it reminded me of the voice actor for Ariel up in the animated movie. It did, and the thing that I can say that I disliked about her was the hair. The hair was atrocious. It was just bad all throughout this movie. That weave, whatever she had on, was not doing it for me. It looked cheap. It looked low budget. And I'm looking at this movie budget, and it's 200 million. And I don't know why did her hair look like that, but it looked atrocious. And she did hit them high notes. She hit them well. She hit them good. But my only concern was the freaking lip syncing. It was done bad every time a person would sing. It felt off. It felt very off. And also up in the first act and the second act was just bad. I hated those two acts of the movie. It was just done bad, and also the casting choice. The casting choice for this movie wasn't good. Like Melissa McCarthy, she's a bad choice to play Ursula. She was very bad, man. She does not look menacing. Her intentions were not evil every time I seen her on screen. It felt kind of off. She's a comedian, so her being selected to play Ursula, it was a bad plan, and also King Triton. King Triton is played by Javier Bardem. He did a bad job, man. He didn't have this intimidating voice, this powerful voice, this I sit on the throne, I'm a king. He didn't have that. It was absent up in this movie. And me, I didn't I didn't fear this man as a king. I didn't fear him. So up in this movie, it makes sense of why Ariel did not respect him and just did her own thing. Now up in the animated version of the movie, King Triton was powerful. He was angry. He was mad. He was a king, and you actually felt that every time he spoke. That's my thing. And up in this, he could have been a little bit. They casted a a terrible terrible cast. That was just a terrible guy who they casted for King Triton, and and also the third act. The third act is my favorite out of this movie. The third act. Man, Aquafina and the Crab, they added a new song to the Little Mermaid and it was jamming. It was fire. I'm like, okay, I like this song. It was good and you want to kiss the girl. That song was tight up in this movie. Those two songs were my favorite in this movie. Aquafina did her thing, but she always played the dumb role, Drax role. Aquafina, silly, cool, but Asian, the type of role, and they give her. But overall, this movie, it was, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, and I want to say, the queen for Jonah, no, for Eric character up in this, I did not like him, and he did he had a solo. He had to sing and like, oh my god, it was terrible. It was terrible. That second act was terrible. He cannot sing. He cannot sing Eric, and I hated how his mom was African American or African. I hated that. I did not like that. It's a lot of race swap up in this movie that I did not like. And those two, Ariel and also Eric mom, I did not like those. Just bad choices. But Ursula, and they should have casted somebody black, a black woman. I'm telling you, it would have been popping. That scene, man, I didn't feel intimidated by Ursula or King Triton, and those and that right there is a big problem. That's a big problem for me. That's a terrible, huge problem. And Haley, and she did okay, and she did okay, and she was okay to me. She was okay, and she wasn't too bad. And the Crab, Sebastian, he was good. I liked him. He was good. And who else was good? The Crab, and also, oh, that's two. That's too light. Okay. And the Crab, he was good. Aquafina were my favorite characters, man. Sebastian and Aquafina character, my favorite up in this movie, hands down. The comedy was on point, and that kiss the girl scene was just fire. How they did it, it was the execution. It was just perfection. I love that about the third act. Was good to me. It was so fire to me. It met my expectations. It was good, but everything else, it was okay. So me, if I have to give this movie a grade, I would give it a C minus. This movie gets a C minus because of the CGI was bad. It was bad at time. It was lacking like crazy, and also the first act and the second act, it was bad. It felt rushed, microwavable, quick, fast. It moved at a fast pace up in the first act and that second act. It was just moving at an incredible speed, and I said, "Whoa, slow this down a bit. This isn't right." But that third act was good, and some parts it didn't make no sense up in that third act. It was only two parts I had an issue with, but overall, this movie gets a C minus. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section. My name is Marvin XFiles, aka Mr. Sexy Dad, hat on as if I was legally. If it doesn't got that X, that stamp is real, it is authentic. And my name is Marvin XFiles. Two fingers. Peace out.